Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth news update. As I spoke to you before, just a couple of days ago, about the tragedy that happened in Connecticut as far as the elementary students that were shot and killed by one Adam Lanza, as well as the adults that were killed in that horrible tragedy, a total of, I think it was 28 in all. But here we go. It seems as if the political posturing has begun and is the propaganda machine is beginning to get up and rolling and come to full power. It seems as if now the speculation is that Adam Lanza's mom, Nancy Lanza, was for lack of better terms, a prepper. She believed that the things that were happening in this world were one of concern and believed that there should be something done about it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what her beliefs are because I have an article that I'm going to share with you today by one Christopher Green of Green Wave TV. It's another alternative news source, as well as his YouTube channel, C Green, and that's Green with the E on the end, on YouTube. But very interesting information there. But the point I want to make from the Simple Truth perspective is that it really and truly bothers me how when something happens, people take and jump to many different conclusions. The other thing I want to point out is that there are articles out there today on the web that are sharing information that are saying that the authorities in the Connecticut area, the Newtown, Connecticut area, in that general area, that police are talking about arresting those who use social media to report things that are other than the story that has been laid out by whatever media source is putting out the story. This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy where we in America are beginning to become, when I say we, I mean the citizens or the people of America are beginning to become the target, and the focus is being put in on the people to be the ones that are doing something wrong. When if I was at a let's just give an example here. If I was at some sort of event and I saw an event live and I was an eyewitness to an event and what I saw didn't match up with what was being told, you mean to tell me that I'm going to become demonized? I'm going to become public enemy number one because I told exactly what I saw. However, it doesn't meet the criteria or the requirements for which the media sources want to put out. Really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to take a look at this article by Mr. Christopher Green and get it around, pass it around, get an understanding from another source of what's actually happening. Get away from the controlled media, the ABCs, the CBSs, the Fox News, the CNNs that are telling you what they want you to hear. And when I say they, the powers to be are telling you what they want told. And according to what they want told, then you have situations where you have people that are stepping up and saying that all guns should be banned. We should, the only people that should have weapons should be the police and the government agencies, and they will take care of us. It is a far cry to think that way, because those children had to wait until respondents came to them. But yet, unfortunately, it was too late. The question has to be begged, what would have happened if there would have been people on the premises that could have been armed and could have done something to Adam Lanza before he was able to hurt these children and these adults? See, we are being taught in this country, ladies and gentlemen, to be victims and not to be protectors of ourselves. And the simple truth of the whole matter is when you're taught to be a victim, you have more people with a cold spirit that are looking to victimize. Take that, think about it, take a look at this article, this video I'm about to put up here. And as I always tell you, the simple things are oftentimes the most profound, but yet they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you, and you again real soon.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching Greenwave TV, alternative media television. Please get this article out to as many people as possible. I'm broadcasting very early in the AM, Monday, December 17, 2012. This is a significant update to the killing spree that just occurred with Adam Lanza. This is from Mail Online. It says, did paranoid, gun-crazed mother trigger son's school killing spree? Friends say she believed the world was on edge of collapse. Nancy Lanza portrayed as a survivalist, a prepper who stockpiled food, water, and guns. She was, of course, brutally shot 4 times by her son in the head, possibly as she slept. Her collection of guns included handguns, assault rifle, and 2 hunting rifles. They describe her son Adam as reclusive, highly intelligent. Of course, he was on psychotropic medications like pretty much all of these killers, whether or not it was James Holmes or now Adam Lanza or Jared Loughner here in Tucson. They say he spent most of his time playing video games on the computer in an adjoining bedroom. His mother was fiercely protective of him, insisted he was never left on his own. This is clearly being used as a scapegoat by the Obama administration, by our federal government, to demonize preppers, to demonize the liberty movement itself. Of course, this is all about guns. This is all about regulating guns, trashing the Second Amendment, getting rid of semi-automatic and automatic weapons in this country. And this is a very connected story. Now, of course, there's been breaking reports streaming over the past 48 hours showing the connection between Adam Lanza's father, who was set to testify on the LIBOR scandal, the London Interbank Offered Rate. And actually, I'm very familiar with this because I was a broker at Merrill Lynch during the height of the 2008 financial collapse. This is one of the, I would say, is the largest financial scandal in history, in recent history at least. His father, Adam Lanza's father, very high-level GE executive, makes over $1 million a year. In fact, he was paying over $200,000 a year to Adam Lanza's mother. That's how she was able to afford a multi-million-dollar property in Connecticut. It's also why she didn't have to work. Notice how there's conflicting reports with this story. There has been conflicting reports from the very beginning saying that Adam Lanza's mother, Nancy, was connected with Sandy Hook Elementary School, that she was a teacher. It turns out she wasn't a teacher. But in addition to this, not only is there a startling connection with Adam Lanza's father to the LIBOR ring, which he was set to testify on, which he will no longer testify. I broke an article to you last evening, that Hillary Clinton just conveniently suffered a concussion. She will not be testifying on Benghazi Gate. He's obviously just recently toppled Libya, murdered, assassinated Muammar Gaddafi. He's been running guns out of Libya into Syria. This is what killed CIA agent Christopher Stevens and 3 others. Now, she's not testifying. But in addition to that, what makes this even more scandalous and puts more motive on these MK Ultra style killings. And I personally haven't even come out and said that this was an MK Ultra killing until now, but this is looking a lot more fishy. This is looking a lot more, the motive is becoming a lot more clear. Not only is Adam Lanza's, or was Adam Lanza's father, connected to the LIBOR ring, but so was James Holmes' father, Mr. Holmes. He was a very high-level, highly paid executive of FICO, the credit rating agency. So here we have 2 killers, 2 crazed, reclusive, highly intelligent, psychotropic medicated killers that have gone on rampages in recent weeks, which is being propagandized so President Barack Obama can trash the Second Amendment and get rid of our guns. Both of their fathers, it appears, are a part of a high-level cover-up within the LIBOR ring in regards to the LIBOR scandal itself, which was rigging international interest rates during the 2008 financial collapse. In fact, I believe there's a few people that have actually already gone to jail over this. This is one of the largest cover-ups, if not the largest cover-ups in financial history. I want you to understand the gravity of this. Please, for God's sakes, get this out, get this video out to as many people as possible. But what it appears to me is it appears that these high-level executives, both these dads, both these parents, both these illuminists, are sacrificing their children, are medicating their children with these mind-altering substances. And of course, these people are all connected with the government. They are time and time again. We saw this with Sirhan. We saw this with the assassination of JFK. We see this in history over and over again. But there's two takeaways I want you to take away from the story I'm sharing with you right now and how we're connecting the dots between what's actually going on behind the scenes. Understand that President Barack Obama is clearly scapegoating the freedom and liberty movement, demonizing preppers, demonizing people that believe, rightfully so, that this nation, the United States of America, and our financial system is on the edge of collapse, if not, as I would argue, has already collapsed. We are functionally insolvent here in the United States. $16 trillion in debt, we have a sovereign default, just like Greece, just like the riots we see in Europe. So they're trying to take your eye off the ball here so that they can propagandize the great majority of dumb American citizens into giving up their gun rights. And again, to demonizing people that are survivalists, people that are preppers, and anyone within the freedom and liberty movement itself. Our president, your president, Barack Hussein Obama, in my opinion, is far more dangerous than Hitler ever was. Remember, Hitler wanted your guns. Hitler took away your guns. And where did that lead? You know, we are getting to the point where when President Barack Obama does go after the guns, when he does declare that he's going to begin confiscating AK-47s, weapons of war, semi-automatic and automatic weapons, and when he creates a national registry and takes away sovereignty of gun rights here in America and puts it in the hands of an independent third party in the name of the United Nations. Look this up for yourself. This is the UN Disarmament Treaty. I want you to seriously take this as a declaration of war. Imagine what it was like for Thomas Jefferson, or what it was like for George Washington, or what it was like for these patriots. This is a declaration of war, and this will result in a new American Civil War. This is a very dangerous time in American history, and the fact that they're so clearly demonizing survivalists, demonizing preppers, demonizing those people that rightfully so see the writing on the wall, see the tyranny up front, close, and personal. I mean, it sounds to me, based on what I'm reading about Nancy Lanza, sounds like a very intelligent woman. I mean, not only was she a wealthy woman, and not only was her son described as highly intelligent, just like James Holmes, it actually sounds like she was well informed. Because this nation is living through the greatest collapse in American history, maybe global history. And the fact that she was considered a survivalist who'd been stockpiling food, water, and guns just makes her a smart woman. Doesn't make her a demon. Remember, Nancy Lanza here is a victim. She was shot in the face by her psychotropic, medicated, MK Ultra, CIA, PSYOP, fuckface of a son. Not the other way around. Nancy Lanza is a victim, just like these school children, and that's something that the mainstream media and many people in America are seeming to forget. Please, for God's sakes, get this story out to as many people as you can. Click that share link and get the truth out to the American people. This is a declaration of war. I will tell you what comes next. After the guns comes concentration camps, just like what we had during World War II with the locking up of innocent Japanese Americans here in the Western United States. President Barack Obama has declared war against the freedom-loving patriots here in the United States. He's declaring war against survivalists. He has declared war against those that protect the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. This is war. What comes next is concentration camps. What comes next is mass murder once they have your guns, once they have your weapons. And what is also coming, which I believe has already started, and I've been speaking to this for over 3 years now, is a much deadlier, violent global war overseas that we have been fighting for decades, which President Barack Obama and his predecessor George W. Bush have been sacrificing innocent American lives for oil, for power, for control, and for the end goal of destabilizing a region for selfish Western pursuits. There's no way to sugarcoat that. There is no way else to beat around the bush. I'm Christopher Green. Please get this video out everywhere you can. As always, hard-hitting and in your face.